Local high school soccer. Only on VTV Channel 6. Live coverage is presented by L&L Motor, Ashley Regional, The Advisor Group, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics, and Strata Networks. Uintah Utes, Union Cougars.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the beautiful Uintah Ute Stadium here in Vernal, Utah, where the Union Cougars come to the Uintah Utes for the ladies soccer game, the rematch from 2 weeks ago. My name's Mark Mason here with VTV Channel 6. With me is Jared McCackney. And Jared, you're looking at the scores, 3-8-1 for Uintah and Union 0-10-1. They had the one draw. But the last game was a little bit of a mismatch, but you know how it is. Anytime you've seen an opponent, you know what their strengths, weaknesses are. We expect to see both teams come out battling today.
Absolutely. In talking with the Cougar coach, she has mentioned that they have spent several games and several practices now since this match last, and they've got some things that they've worked on and should make it a tough match.
Yeah, that's Shauna Fellner, and she's working on specific things. You know, this is one of the games they circle on their calendar every year. And want to thank all those that are watching live on the live stream at Strata TV, and I want to remind everyone that it will be rebroadcast on VTV Cable Channel 6 and in high definition on Cable Channel 706. But let's go to the highlights from last game, and you know, Jared, it was a little one-sided, and what we see here, that first ball through the air, it's Brittany Hansen on the one-time in the back of the net. We see the cross, and again, here comes Elsha Lance. She hits it low and away from the keeper. Here we have Jamie Sprouse beating her girl and then kicking it again, low and away from the keeper. The big cross, and Brittany Hansen out of the air, the one-time volley, and what a beautiful shot. Christopherson comes up here, and from about the 18-yard line just hits a low power shot. Then Whitney Smith off the post and knocks it in, and that'll encourage you to always make those runs. And then my favorite play, Putnam to Christopherson with the back into the net. I've never scored with my back.
Scored with a lot of things, but not the back, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the keys of the game, Jared. For Uintah, and we saw this last time against Morgan, what ended up being a shootout, their defense kind of fell apart right at the end. Passing, moving the ball. I don't think offensively they have a hard time with the, keeping control, moving and passing. Union, they've got to pick up that attack. Possess, don't turn it over, especially in the critical midfield. And never give up, regardless what the score says, just keep attacking, keep pressing. And you'll remember the Union-Uintah game, the Cougars actually were the stronger team as the waning minutes came, and they were pressing. They didn't find the back of the net, but that's that attitude that that the head coach for the Cougars is trying to instill. We go the whole time, never give up.
Absolutely, and especially when it's a Union-Uintah game, emotion is so high. So definitely something that is going to help in this game today.
Absolutely. Well, as the team gets their starting lineups called, we're going to take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back for the kickoff.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group. Service you will recognize.
Are you a busy mom like me with so little time, juggling so many different things that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind? You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part. It's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know. People who care.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
What do you expect from your health care? A physician you can trust. An up-to-date facility with a friendly staff. Compassionate nurses. Healthcare professionals who will do their very best every day to keep you and your family healthy. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, this is our mission, because this is our community and our hospital.
Western Petroleum may have changed their name to Pilot Logistics, but the employees that you have always counted on locally are still the ones here now. Pilot Logistics continues to provide the Uintah Basin with cardlock services, bulk fuels, lubes, and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. Call 789-1832 for information about the services offered by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum would like to thank all of their valued customers for the many years of providing services here in the Uintah Basin and look forward to serving you in the future as Pilot Logistics.
Well, welcome back, everybody. And we had the starting lineups called for both teams. And Jared, one of the things that strikes me about both of these teams is the number of underclassmen they're playing. They're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomore on both sides of the ball.
You know, and that's right. I've noticed that as well, and I'm not sure what's happened to the junior and senior class for both clubs, but definitely, you know, freshman, sophomore heavy for both teams. Yeah,
and as a coach, you know, I don't know if you always just play the best 11 that are available. Do you know, is there a certain point in the season, if you're winning or losing, that you start taking a look and eye for the future? Not sure, you know. But it's an interesting dynamic. A lot of youngsters on the field today, and one of my favorite parts when you get into this is when you get sisters playing, and we have the Putnam sisters. You know, senior Riley Putnam always been a fixture, and Sidra is getting some time today starting as well, and so interesting to see. And you see the Utes, and we saw this at the beginning of the last game. Their shape and their spread was very good. You know, early, you know, that broke down a little as they fatigued, but we'll see that. So the kickoff goes, and right now the Utes are controlling. There's a long kick that goes out of bounds.
No, I've noticed already that Union has started with just that sole forward again, probably playing a 4-5-1 attacking formation, or actually it's a defensive formation.
Yeah, and it worked. We had. It wasn't until about, I believe, the 24th minute of the game that finally Uintah broke them down. There's a long kick, and it goes over the top of the post. And here comes the attack for the Utes. They shoot early, they shoot often, and the keeper's always got to be on her toes.
Brittany Hansen with a good strike there. I mean, just a little bit outside the 18, and, man, get that goalie wondering how this game's going to be by taking some strikes already.
Ball out of bounds. Cougars ball. Quick throw in. Good deep throw in. Right up the line. Attack and met, and then knocked out of bounds by the Cougars. So it's a gorgeous day. 73 degrees. You know, these are the conditions you just die to play soccer in. This is it, this fall weather.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Good or bad, right? And then that ball is battled and then pushed out of bounds in the corner. And the Utes have throwers that can get that ball deep. In this case, thrown in and then controlled. Christopherson, ball's trickling across the penalty area, and nobody cleared, and here comes the Utes. One touch, looks like she's going to shoot. She does, and it's low and slow. Handled what I was going to say easily, but maybe not so much. That ball bobbled. My coaches would have yelled at me, you got to follow.
Absolutely. And, we noticed that in the game against Morgan. We had our Randy Kellogg was right there in the face of the goalie every single time there was a shot. Didn't happen that time, but maybe they'll catch on and start that again.
The battle in the midfield, and you're going to see that. Brittany Hansen, oh my goodness, what a shot. And that's just maybe 2 feet over the post. But if that ball's any more shallow, it might have snuck underneath the front of the post.
Randy had a good angle on that and got a good pass from Brittany Hansen there in the middle and took it down the side, and that was a good shot.
Yeah, watch number 8 for the Utes. She is a battler, and she plays in that midfield, and she wins more balls than she loses. And that's going to be a problem for the Cougars the whole game. Cougars quick throw in to nobody in particular, turned over to the Utes up the right sideline. There's that battle in the midfield. It's centered. And is that Kellogg with the left foot? Oh, and the keeper's just in the right spot.
Jamie Sprouse with a nice touch on the ball right there. I mean, she was able to receive that, turn it, and then get a quick shot off before they had a chance to defend her. That was sweet.
Yeah, and it's good control and body awareness. She's receiving the ball with her back to the goal. She receives it, has a nice prep touch, and look at that outside run. You see that run by Jamie Sprouse, and that's going to set up an attack. She stops it, thinks she has a Taylor. In that case, Kylie Larson comes up to receive the ball. Chipped over to the field. Over everyone cleared, and I didn't see the number of the Cougars who cleared it. Is it same keeper from last time? I can't tell, Jared. I missed on the
it's
opening.
Navy Nielsen is her name, and I'm trying to remember if that was the name we just constantly said.
She's number 22. She was listed as one of the starters, of course, with the keeper jersey on. She's 0-0. So, yeah, Navy Nielsen in the box, and she worked hard last time. Oh, nice touch go into the middle. Defended well by the Cougars. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. I didn't see who hit it. Looks like it's going to be Utes' ball.
Addie Southam from Union doing a really good job. She's a senior. She's a leader out there on the field for them. Played all 4 years, I believe. And shut Kylie Larson down a little bit there on some hard-nosed D.
Yep. Sometimes the easiest or the best answer is clear, reset. Little battle here on the corner. Set up a roller. Jamie Sprouse with the cross. Ball bouncing all over the place. Headed out. The Utes winning the battles right now. Sprouse again. No pressure. Wide open shot. Hits it right to Navy. Boy, you cannot let somebody run around dead center on top of the 18 without challenging the ball head on. If you give her an alley, she's going to shoot, and she did. What do you teach in that situation, Jared? How do you attack that ball without overrunning and having yourself get burnt in the box like that?
Well, you've got to call out who you have. You have to be talking as a defense, and I obviously have these headphones on and can't hear whether or not Union's defense is talking much, but you definitely have got to call who you have and stay with them that close to the goal.
Yeah, you got to mark them hip to hip, try to bounce them off their spot a little bit. But in that case, let her run free for a shot. The shot was low, but right to Navy. So no harm, no foul, so to speak. Chip ball up. Can they get it outside? They had, who was that? Kylie Larson out free, but no control. The Cougars control in the middle of the field, and now they're on the counterattack. We've seen their dangerous counterattack several times. That one amounted to not much. This ball is going to go back. She's going to play it back to the keeper and reset. Here comes some good pressure from Christofferson. Don't let them have anything for free, even at the keeper's feet.
Jamie played it smart there. She was offside. She just let that ball go right by her, and the referee kind of waved it off like, you're right. She didn't play it, so it wasn't called. But good play by Jamie by not approaching the ball.
We saw Rio couldn't track that ball down for the Cougars. Now the quick counterattack for the Utes. Ball gets through. Keep her up. And that's a well-played ball by Navy Nielsen.
Randy Kellogg and Casey Christofferson right there, as we mentioned in the first of the game, whether or not we were going to be pushing hard again, and they've caught on and are pressuring the Navy for sure.
So coming back in on the outside, on the left side. And the Utes attack on both sides of the field, so nothing's free. Ball in the middle. Christopherson, one touch back. Boy, that's a good ball by Christopherson. You don't often think to go backwards when the ball is coming across the middle on that 18-yard line. And that was a good ball. Didn't get a good touch on it. That was Brittany Hansen that came to hit that ball, coming up from the center field position.
She needed to just prep touch that one little time, and that would have been just a great shot. But
yeah.
Heads up by Casey by seeing her and giving her the opportunity there with really no pressure on her at the time she passed the ball.
Yeah, and notice on defense you've got a Cougar that is following Christopherson everywhere she goes. I believe it's number 30, Sarah Brighton, one of the fixtures in the backfield. But she's marking Christopherson almost exactly. You'll watch her going up and down the field with her. I think they've, identified Christopherson as a threat. There's a ball up through. Oh, what a touch! And she's wide open in the box. She hits it low and missed the post. Oh, my gosh, Jared, that was beautiful. She hits it with the outside of her right foot to set herself up. Crosses up the defender for the Cougars. And you'll see on the L&L Motor replay, watch the touch as she gets past Addie Southam, then she hits it low into the corner and a foot wide.
If anybody is going to do that for Uintah, Jamie Sprouse is the one that can do that. She has got such good touch dribbling the ball and some good speed as well. So hopefully she can get another opportunity for that. That was unlucky.
Yeah, and Addie Southam, the senior for the Cougars, in on the mark on that one, and that's just a helpless feeling when you're running up to the ball. And they can go, they're just waiting for your hips to get set in the wrong position so they can beat you. And that's what happened. Here comes Rhea passing to the middle. Oh, ball lost. Turned over in the midfield. And that's one of the keys of the game. Sprouse with a nice ball up. It's going to be cleared to the keeper. Nielsen gets the ball up. And here's a miss by the Utes. Oh, and it's too bad because Kinley McCook was right there. She could have got her head on it and pushed it over the defense. It would have been just a foot race. Who could have got there first? And McCook just barely missed it with her head. Cleared by the Utes. And we've seen already the substitutions coming in. Benyon's in. Ball's in the middle, turned over by Christopherson. Today's game brought to you by L&L Motor. They also sponsor the replay. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care. Been with us for many years here on VTV Channel 6 and covering the Uintah Basin high school sports action that we're bringing home live to you today. Want to remind everyone that's watching live at home that DVD copies are available to today's game and any game. Ooh, dangerous clear. Wow, over the top of the post. Well, the DVD and Blu-ray copies, just call VTV Channel 6 at 781-1902 for your copy or go to VTVChannel6.com. And you'll see the replay. It was the clear number 10, Taylor Moore for the Cougars. She clears with her right foot, but she clears to the middle. That's probably the only thing you don't want. As I was coached on the defensive side, if anything, give up the corner, but don't let that ball trickle across the midfield, middle of the field.
That pressure that was given by, looks like number 17 for Uintah. Who is that?
Lindsey Benyon is number 7. Yep.
And that might have been the only option she thought she had to stick her foot out there. So, but you're absolutely right. Never to the middle. Never to the middle.
Ball brought in by Taylor Moore. Knocked out of bounds to the Utes. Right there. Put it up to Kellogg. Kellogg's heads it. There's a battle. Kellogg makes the run. She's got a one-time. Oh, and she missed just to the left. Wow, the Utes' pressure is incredible. And Kellogg comes. She was the one that threw the ball in, I believe. Is that, or was she the first one to receive it? We'll see on the replay. She makes the run all the way from the left edge of the field, hits that one time. Nielsen in a pretty good spot. I think if it would have been fair, if it would have been able to go in the net, Nielsen might have been able to get a hand on it. And we've seen the keeper play for the Cougars, inspired and talented. Kellogg, one time back out to Christopherson, has time to set up for the cross. Sets the cross to Kellogg. Turned over. Good defense by the Cougars. Turned over, though, at the box. And then a slow trickler to Navy Nielsen.
senior Addie Southam for Union, doing a great job staying with Randy Kellogg. Last game against Morgan, Randy had an amazing game, and nobody had her, and it looks like they're doubling up on her pretty good.
Yeah, and we've seen that mark early from Sarah Brighton. They're going to a heavy marking defense right there. Well, today's game is brought to us by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group. A lot of long balls here. That's not what the coach wants. And now we see the control trying to happen on the Ute side. Turned over to the Cougars, trying to press up to their side of the field, into the midfield. Charged pretty heavily and playing all the way back. That's just a good, solid run by Elsha Lance, the sophomore, getting some time. And we saw her highlights in the last game, getting her foot on the ball and in the back of the net. Look at the nice ball. Christopherson all by herself. She has time for a touch and a shot, but no passes to Kellogg. Kellogg and wow, that was excellent defense. Who was it on the Cougars? Was that number 4 for the Cougars? I believe Addie Southam.
Addie Southam again.
Addie Southam, you'll see on the L&L Motor replay, Kellogg looks like a for sure shot and a nice diving save with her foot. Addie Southam saves potentially a goal, so now the Utes with a corner opportunity from the corner. Number 17, Lindsey Benyon, chips it high. Well played by Nielsen.
Navy did a good job there getting that ball out the best she could. It was really high enough that she couldn't go with both fists, but was able to go with one and pop that out.
Just disrupt what they're trying to do on the set piece from the corner. Substitutions coming fast and furious for the Cougars. They shift 4. It's almost like a hockey line switch here, Jared.
New shift.
Yeah, your turn. Well, if you're going to shift them like that, you go all out. You make every run. You do it all. Christopherson steals, comes across, hits a shot, again misses to the left.
I think Addie Southam there for Union has got her work cut out for her. I noticed in that last shot where she was able to kick the ball out of Randy Kellogg's feet, she was over stopping Casey Christopherson, was able to get back and stop the ball from Kellogg. So she's doing double time here.
Scrum in the midfield. Today's game brought to us by Strata Networks. Strata Networks is proud to partner with VTV to provide live coverage of high school sports. Live stream of today's game can be found at strata.tv, powered by Strata Networks.
Casey Christopherson with the cross there. You'd like to see her just prep touch that just a little bit more so that her hips will be turned and we can get that ball back out around the 8, 10, 12-yard line instead of trying to one-touch that back.
Got a handball, inadvertent hand, but it's still a turnover for the direct kick. Brittany Hansen a little bit too far out to attack the net from there, don't you think, Jared?
I don't know. She's got a leg. She might just do that. She might surprise us all.
And there's a Cougar that wisely comes up and gets within the 10-yard range. Makes it a little harder. She chips it up. Christopherson's back. The ball gets to Christopherson. Tries to volley it in the air and just knocks it out of bounds. No, yeah, it does look like it's a goal kick. Okay. Well, that was a nice touch on the ball.
That was a very good touch on the ball. And Casey did a really good job running so hard, able to receive it. And she was defended well. I mean, there was somebody right there on her. But
I think they're going to call offsides or... Yeah, they called offsides, so you see the ball come off the goal box line, and then the Cougars have the free kick from there. Christopherson wins that ball. Kellogg back to Christopherson, turned over. Cougars trying to bring it up to the other half of the field. Received in the midfield. But look at these backwards runs. Christopherson all the way from that right striker position comes back and takes that. Actually, I guess she's playing right mid. Defense coming up. Well, we haven't had the time to call Britton Haslam's name much yet today. Against Morgan, now you'll recall, Jared, we were a 1-1 game. Was it 2-1 with 16 minutes left in the game? and then somebody said go, and they ended up losing the game 5-4. But I have never watched a funner 15 minutes of soccer than that after the both teams decided it was time to start scoring.
Definitely a game you're going to want to watch on VTV later if you have a chance to look at that. That was a fun game.
And I think the difference to the game, the reason I bring it up, and here comes Britton here, clearing it, and she switches the field. Nice switch, but the Cougars win that long ball. No, now turned over to the Utes, bringing it up. Nice touch to the middle. Nice ball right up to Christofferson. Christofferson with the speed, has the touch. Is she going to get a cross or a shot? She shoots, saved by Nielsen. Wow.
But there's Randy, there's Lindsey Binion right there for the cross if she wanted that, and that was a good play.
And the speed of Christofferson is giving the Cougars problem out on the outside edge. Christofferson is going to take the shot. I believe it was Catherine Ross that was marking her, and Christofferson was winning with speed. Ball deep, gets past everyone. Oh, nice touch. Bringing the ball back in, Lindsey Binion, but Nielsen comes up, saves it. And quickly up, but no Cougars to receive. Ball goes to Britton Haslam. Back to my earlier point about Britton Haslam, I think the difference in the game against Morgan was she ran out of gas. She saved the Ute back line 7 or 8 times, and it was the last 2 goals. She just didn't have enough in the tank anymore to recover and save, these breakaways that Morgan had.
Apparently there was a lot of controversy about maybe some offside calls, and after watching the game again on VTV, noticing that all of those were good balls. There wasn't any offside calls there, and so she did have her work cut out for her and gave everything she had. But like you said, needed some help and a breather.
Well, these referees, they have to do it in real time. In a game situation, we have the luxury of seeing it on high definition, and you say after the game, well, they did pretty good, and the Utes, they know what with their trap defense, they know what the cost is if they mess up, and certainly they paid the price a couple times. Ball headed over, Britton Haslam saves it, turned it over, little attack between her and Haley Busk. And Haley's a freshman getting some time up on the striker position. Here comes the ball, stopped dead, back to get it, Kellogg. Turned over. No, it looks like Christofferson's actually going to win. And look at the way she accelerates and misses to the right side.
Alyssa Burgee from Union trying to stay with Casey there, but Casey's speed is definitely a factor on that side. And I remember first of the game, Alyssa Berg was pulled out and subbed there for a second. I think because of that speed, coach probably wanted to talk to her and see if there was a better angle that she could have approached to try and keep Casey in bay.
Yeah, and that's a tough task. She's so quick and she gets to top speed in 1 or 2 steps. Ball up to midfield, gets past the initial line of the defense, and the anchor, Britton Haslam, clears it up. Christofferson in a scrum. No call. Oh. Yeah, and there's the call. Yeah, it looked like Casey got a little aggressive with that shoulder.
Well, the arm comes up, the shoulder's right there, and a lot of times if you fall down, you can get that call too. So
yeah, sell it a little, fling your arms out, And I think that was Hamlin that was battling with her out on that outside edge. Number 19, excuse me. I thought it was 15. That's actually McCook. And I could have got the number wrong again. Who knows?
Well, and I might have been wrong as well. I thought it was 15 that was over on that side, but that looks like 19.
It is on the exact far side from us. And, Jared, we're getting up there in years. Our eyes aren't what they used to be.
Well, there's number 15. I can see her, and that's not who that is. So it's got to be the Kinley McCook over there trying to battle with Casey.
Cleared, handled by the Cougars in the midfield. Up to the striker. Striker handles, attack from behind. Runs into her own girl. And here come the Utes again. No, mishandled ball. Is it going to go out of bounds? Nope, saved. Looking for the controlled passes. The continued runs after the receipt of the pass. They're going to reset, going to go all the way back to the keeper. Oh, and it's a poorly played ball. Look at the challenge by the Cougars. And who was it? Number 3 for the Cougars, Emma Rasmussen. Good pressure. And if you're going to clear to the keeper, hit it hard. You know, don't trickle a ball. I could count the revolutions on that ball.
And Riley touching it back to her sister, the freshman, and I'm sure Sidra's going to have something to say tonight about that very thing. If you're going to kick it back to me, so I don't have to.
Nielsen with another nice save. And then out of bounds.
You know, it seems like Uintah's having some good opportunities here, but it's all coming from the outside. Every opportunity that they've had, they're shooting from the outside where there's a lot of times no angle there. And so it'd be wise for Uintah to maybe stop and bring that ball back, hit maybe a midfielder that's coming up the middle or something to get a good shot. And you know what? Good job for Union. They're marking up very well.
You know, and if you're a defender and you've got speed like you're dealing with like the Utes have, that's a good defensive strategy. Don't let them beat you in the middle. Push them outside. Here's a nice attack by number 3 for the Cougars, Emma Rasmussen. Just the touch is a little bit deep. Up the right edge, turned over. And controlled back in the midfield. Today's game brought to us by Ashley Regional. Ashley Regional, where you can receive quality orthopedic services. I want to thank Ashley Regional for helping VTV bring you today's coverage. And you know, I still wake up on soccer game day, and I'm just so, I don't know if in love with is the right word, but I'm so happy that soccer is being played live in the Uintah Basin.
It's come a long way, very long way.
Good defense. Sarah Brighton steals and clears up to the midfield. Nice touch to the outside. Here comes the attack for the Cougars. Cougars put up a long ball. Britton Hazel misses it. And she plays it back to Sidra, who clears long.
Looks like we've got a sub for the goalie, and that's Angel Sarich that has now come in for Uintah.
I did miss that. We traded green for pink, and you're right. And here comes an attack for the Cougars. And a rare opportunity for the Cougars here in this first half with over 25 minutes gone by, 24 minutes gone by in the first period.
I was just going to say something about Union needing to move a couple players up. There's only one back, and they've come up and fill that hole fairly good. So that was wise by good play for Union.
Counterattack for the Utes. And bringing up the ball nice and slow. Gets a ball, doesn't get through. Kellogg does control it, though. Got 2 Utes defending. Excellent defense by Sarah Brighton. But it is controlled by the Utes as the midfielders for the Cougars are out of position. Hit low and well played by Nielsen. That's a dangerous ball, Jared. The ball that skips 2 feet in front of the keeper, just about anything can happen.
Especially on turf, you know, that ball can be spinning and hit those little, that turf and spin and change its direction very easily.
Outside to Courtney Webb, can't chase it down. Now Courtney's got such an attack-minded defense, you know, playing on that left back. She is so attack-minded.
Just a little shout out for Courtney Webb. She's got family watching the game live in Idaho and Cache Valley right now.
Where we go? We're going multi-state with the broadcast today. Ball misplayed. Both attacked on the outside. Very active for Catherine Ross. She puts up a good ball. Nobody there to receive it on the outside edge.
Alyssa Burgee, though, number 15 for Union, making that long run, saying, I'm going to go all the distance, not giving up. So,
yeah,
well done for her. And Mark, it's 0-0.
It is.
13 and a half left in the first half.
Now, if you'll remember, with last game, I believe it took 24 minutes for the Utes to break down the Cougar defense for the first goal, and then the floodgates were open. But right now, the Cougar defense is strong. They've allowed some chances. Near misses on the left post, but near misses are not makes. Kellogg with the control to the middle. Attacked by Caitlin Southam. Southam loses it, goes outside to Christofferson. Good run, good control. Kellogg to Christofferson. Takes it one time. Nielsen in the right spot.
You want to take those shots if you've got that opportunity, boy. Shoot that ball. Maybe shoot for the far post instead of that short, little
and
space right there.
Watch Nielsen's awareness of where her post was. Without ever looking back, she drifted to the inside post and covered. That is just instinctive, well-played keeper for the Cougars. Nielsen doing her job. Ball up the right edge, turned over. Nice play there. I didn't see who that was for the Cougars. Number 20, Sarah Southam. And here comes the Cougars coming up the left edge on their offense. Well played. And that ball is still live. No, they called it out. Unable to get there in time, Britton Haslam.
Apparently it wasn't out, and so they're going to call a handball. But number 3, Emma Rasmussen with some wheels for Union. She was right there, able to catch that ball, run it down, and almost have the right touch to get it to break through.
Yeah, she pushed it out in front of herself, just maybe a half foot too long, and that was what allowed Britton Haslam to come up and make that play. So I was surprised when she picked it up. I thought, they did call it out, but no, then it ends up being a handball. We can't hear the whistles from where we're at, but it's kind of fun today, Jared. You look at the crowd, it's Octane Day here at the Uintah Ute Stadium. It's also homecoming week, and so you see maybe a larger crowd than usual, but that's fun. I'd sure like them to make their voices heard, and there is a battle down there. I believe that was McCook and
Jamie Sprouse. I think it was Jamie Sprouse over there, or maybe it was Jamie Sprouse. Jamie Sprouse and McCook battling hard over there in that corner.
Today's game brought to us by Moon Lake Electric, in operation since 1938. Find and like them on Facebook. Moon Lake Electric giving back to the people they serve. They've got a beautiful facility over there on the highway as you come into Roosevelt. And I know they take care of everyone over there on that side of the basin. Good attack. Sarah Brighton not letting Christofferson get started.
I want you to notice on the goal kicks for Union how many times their Union compared to Uintah is getting the ball. I think Uintah is winning every ball that is kicked by the Union goalie. Union needs to step up and step in front of Uintah to maintain possession of that ball a little better.
Courtney Webb all the way back from midfield, coming up and attack, and goes outside, continues her run into the middle, and you see out on that outside edge, Lindsey Benyon trying to do her damage into Kellogg. Kellogg has a nice shot. Oh my gosh! Inspired play by the keeper. Navy Nielsen, I don't know how tall she is, but she grew an extra inch to block that shot.
On the fingertips, and just enough to slow it up and then have it come down into her arms. That was a good job by Navy Nielsen. But you know what? I cannot believe how fast Kellogg is able to turn the ball and take that shot for Uintah.
Pressure coming. Haley Busk makes a touch from the keeper that the Utes probably didn't want. So there's a turnover back to the Cougars. And some of those quick counterattacks coming from the Cougars. Here's you can see on the replay. So with the nice setup and a turn and shot, an unbelievable extension. And like you say, I think she got 4 fingers on it, able to slow it down, and then turns and grabs it. And sometimes that's dangerous because the keeper's not sure where the ball goes and it's bouncing around, but she instinctively turns around and wraps it up and clears. Benyon unable to get something going in the middle.
Look at Addie Southam. She is a beast out there.
Attacking. Nice touch to the outside. Up the line for the Cougars. No one there to receive it. Ball still trickling. Good control here. Ball put to the outside. This is a good chance for the Cougars. It's a foot race. Craney unable to get there. It's going to be turnover Utes ball.
Mikkel Goodrich for Union making that nice pass to the outside to get that run going.
Yeah, and Craney's one of the, Caitlin Craney, one of the freshmen for the Cougars, getting some action here. A nice run by Goodrich coming up, making sure that there's no control. Gives their defense time to reset. The Utes are going to trickle it up with the free throw.
I am not positive, but I think Lindsey Benyon and the Kate Craney from Roosevelt might be cousins. I'll have to do some genealogy here at halftime and find out if that's the case. That would be an interesting thing to have to deal with.
Benyon in a battle on the outside with Ross. Ball's crossed to the outside. McCook gets it. It's a scrum. Christofferson in the middle, turned over. Cougars, set up. This is dangerous for the Utes. Elsha Lance wasn't able to get a good touch on that, although she had control early. Switches the fields, gonna go to the right side. No pressure yet. And do you see who is in the middle of the field right now? Has she been switched to a center fielder? Nope. Clear out of position from the left side of the defense for the Utes, Courtney Webb.
Again, with that attacking, I'm going to go where the ball is.
Craney into a battle. Puts the pressure on. But the anchor of the Utes defense, Britton Haslam, turns and gets it up. And now it's a foot race. Who can get there first? Southam. Battling Benyon. Benyon gets there first, shoots, hits the inside post.
Lindsey Benyon with a great run, and I think that was even with the left foot. I got to watch this replay.
Here comes the replay from L&L Motor. It's a foot race. Southam and Benyon. Southam coming in, and with the left foot, she hits to the outside. Nielsen can't hit it, and it's a game of inches, Jared. Navy Nielsen misses by inches, and it hits the post to go in. You can't defend the perfect shot.
I'm going to tell you that Lindsey Benyon had the great angle there. Instead of trying to put it right there close on her left side, she hit it to the far post, and even if Navy was able to touch it a little bit, there was Christofferson or somebody else to knock that in. So absolutely perfectly played by Lindsey Benyon. Great goal.
Today's game brought to us by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum may have a new name, but we are still the same great company you can rely on. Pilot Logistics, helping VTV Channel 6 bring you the action today live. Welcome those folks in Utah and Idaho and wherever else you might be watching. Ball controlled to the inside for the Utes. They're going to switch fields. That's good patience. Webb bringing it up. Pushes it up. Southam clears.
Oh, now listen. Look, did you see what Southam did right there? Absolutely great job by Addie Southam. She kicked that ball forward, and then she yelled to all of her defense, had her arms out, everybody up.
Yep.
And moved the defensive line up well.
Oh, it's Southam just doing work back there. Cleans up, even though there was an opportunity for the Cougars, or for the Utes, excuse me. But Addie Southam, and it's both number 4s for the defense, doing the hard work and cleaning up the messes. Southam, in this case for the Cougars, back and forth the Utes trying to find something to move it upfield. Larson puts it across the middle. Southam can't get to it. She does that time. Oh, unfortunately it hit Sarah Brighton. Southam cleared it, and Brighton's coming back for the recovery. Hit her on the head. Luckily, it bounced back to Nielsen, who's going to clear up to the right edge of the offense. No strikers there to receive the ball. Now there is. Haley Busk in a battle. Good pressure up from Craney.
Uintah doing a really good job here of taking care of the ball. I'm not sure if they've been working on that. I think that was one of their points of.
Ooh, gorgeous ball. Here's some trouble. Up in the middle of the box, and Nielsen. Wow, you can't play it better. You can't play it better. She charged and got low, and Lindsey Benyon has an opportunity dead center from about where you take a penalty kick. But Navy Nielsen came up, got big, and took the angles away from her. Utes back again on the attack. Outside edge. Benyon.
Benyon to Lance. That was pretty sweet, almost like a back pass. Get that to her.
I like what the Utes do. Watch the pass after the pass, the run through. No, this is going to be a shot, chipped and outside to the right edge. But I've been noticing a lot of the Utes, they'll make the pass and they run through the pass. So they're coming right almost to the exact same line the pass goes through, but they run through and past. It's good offensive strategy because the defender's coming up to meet the ball and somebody's running right past you where you just vacated. Ball by Lance, controlled by the defense up to the midfield. Busk coming up, turns over, Utes backwards. Good pressure by the strikers. Watch the run that Cranny makes. She challenged that ball all the way up, and now she's all the way back to the back third, to the defensive side. Cranny doing a lot of work, even though she's not doing much, not able to get many shots off on the offensive side. Continuing her runs all the way through.
You'll see Riley take this, and I'm excited she's going.
She tries to touch it to Christofferson.
Excuse
me. Yeah, it's number 2 that she was trying to hit it to. Whitney Smith, is that correct?
Yes.
And just hits it a little too deep into the defense. But you saw what you were talking about, Jared. She brought it all the way up from the back line of the defense.
And really, she didn't need to make that pass. She didn't ever have that the Union defender stop her.
Nice touch to Lance. Lance is out there challenged. Ooh, a hard challenge there by Southam. But a fair legal challenge. Rasmussen on the right edge. Oh, and it just goes out of bounds. You can't corral it. That's too bad for the Cougars. Looked like a chance for them for a good, strong counter. Here with 1 minute left in the first period. Ball's over, but offsides. Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. Benyon, that's called cherry pick.
Well, and she hadn't recovered. I'm seeing Union making their defensive line push up fairly quickly. I mean, even right now for this kick, you can see them pushing to try and get the playing field into that 30-yard area.
Well, that's why you have the captain, Southam, talking, and that's what you need from your captains, from your leadership. You want them talking, and the seniors doing a good job talking to that back line. And every time you push up, if you gain 10 yards, that's 10 yards that the offense has to earn back, and it's very easy to push that up and make that disappear. Good strong throw. Webb inside to Putnam. Putnam switches fields. Taking their time. Look at the run. The defensive pressure from Craney. She came all the way from the right hashtags, or the hash marks, and put that pressure. And here's the turnover. Converged with the double team. We're going to reset. Webb with a one touch. Oh, it's dangerous. There's a nice prep touch on the keeper, one-on-one. Ball hits the post and bounces in. Just a beautiful play all the way from start to finish. And Whitney Smith, the senior, with a beautiful ball, hits the top post and gives everyone a heart attack. She beats the keeper high, and it bounces off the post and in. But it was the passes all the way through, and we see the finish on the L&L Motor replay, and that's to close out the half, probably 2-0.
Lindsey Benyon with an absolutely unselfish pass to Whitney. Whitney, who's not getting much playing time in the games right now as a senior, which is difficult, being a senior on a team and not getting much playing time, but that right there makes it all worth it.
So there's the whistle for the halftime, and the Uintah Utes lead the Union Cougars 2-0, but strong play from Southam on the defensive side, inspired play by Navy Nielsen, but just too much pressure for the 2-0 lead. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the drill team performance here at halftime.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group, service you will recognize.
Are you a busy mom like me with so little time, juggling so many different things that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind? You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part. It's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know. People who care.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
The 3-H state champion Uintah, coached by Robin McClellan, Liz Howcroft, and Noel Bailey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's halftime, and that means it's time for...
What do you expect from your health care? A physician you can trust. An up-to-date facility with a friendly staff. Compassionate nurses. Healthcare professionals who will do their very best every day to keep you and your family healthy. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, this is our mission, because this is our community and our hospital.
Western Petroleum may have changed their name to Pilot Logistics, but the employees that you have always counted on locally are still the ones here now. Pilot Logistics continues to provide the Uintah Basin with cardlock services, bulk fuels, lubes, and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. Call 789-1832 for information about the services offered by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum would like to thank all of their valued customers for the many years of providing services here in the Uintah Basin and look forward to serving you in the future as Pilot Logistics.
Live coverage is presented by L&L Motor, Ashley Regional, The Advisor Group, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics, and Strata Networks.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of where the Uintah Utes host the Union Cougars. And right now with the score 2-0, and it could have been a lot worse, Jared.
It was. Uintah had several opportunities, lots of good shots, but you know what? Navy Nielsen, strong again, stopping multiple good opportunities for Uintah. Just stopped them cold.
Yeah, and the captain on the backside doing her stuff. Addie Southam talking, helped by Sarah Brighton. McCook doing damage on the left side, having a battle with Christofferson. And Catherine Ross on the right side, and it's just been that the Union defense versus the Uintah offense. And right now with the count 2-0, I think the Cougars, if they could have had their 0-0 would have been a better thing. But you got to think for a team that struggled this year, with the 0-10 record, maybe that's a victory on the moral side. I'm not real big on sports and moral victories, but. You take what you can get, right?
Absolutely. If Union could get the handle on the ball in the middle of the field, and I mentioned that earlier, that the goalie for Union kicks the ball down and Uintah is able to get that ball every single time. If Union can see that and start controlling that ball, the game would immediately change.
Yeah, and we know, both having played and you've coached for many years soccer, a strong midfielder changes the dynamic of every game. Who has the strongest midfielder? You've always got the guys, you got the pretty fly boys on the edge that are trying to do the attack, and you usually have a good, strong center back and some defense. But who has the more talented center fielder? And right now, the answer is the Utes do. So here's an attack from the Cougars, and still attacking. Emma Rasmussen up to the offensive side. Can Goodrich do something with the ball? Well, she makes, and we've got a turnover. And it was Rhea coming up and attacked that ball, put it outside. She comes up a little gimpy. She challenged, you'll never forget what's her name? Number 4
Courtney.
for the,
Britton Haslam?
Yeah, Britton Haslam for the Utes. Couldn't bring her name up. Putnam in a battle up in the front. And the Utes are playing well back, and the touches have just been long. You see that long touch. They're not marking strong on the front line for the Cougars because those balls have almost all game come long. There's a nice touch up to Kellogg. Kellogg challenged by McCook, crossed, cleared nicely by Brighton.
Sarah Southam staying on Brittany Hansen quite well on that run down the field there. I don't know if I think that's something that Union has talked about and needing to mark her up, and it looks like she's staying right with her.
Oh, look at the run by Putnam. Just misses, but now she's got control in the middle. She's going to try and shoot. She does. Oh, nicely played. Southam with her back. And isn't it fitting that Putnam scored off the back one game, but this time hit somebody in the back, and it's a good block. Southam, nice play by the defense, and sometimes you just got to be in the right place at the right time, and she was.
Super hard shot from Riley there in the middle.
Got a battle coming. Ball trickles out. Kellogg controls, back outside, back to Kellogg. Turned over. Brighton. And then it comes out of bounds, goal kick. Well-earned goal kick by the defensive side for the Cougars. And let's see if we think, if I say we, when I say we, the Cougars can control this ball in the midfield. And you'll see number 18, Goodrich is standing by herself, but I don't think Nielsen has the leg to get it to midfield. And maybe we, that's a switch that Goodrich needs to make. Is get up. Oh, nice ball over to Goodrich. Just behind her, hit the back of her foot. Putnam clears to nobody. Rhea. Goodrich, can she get to it? Rhea again. And this is where you got to tell your girls, Jared, control. You know, if you don't have, so just touch it, stop it, control it. Kellogg coming now. Look at the run by Sprouse. She's in the right spot. Cleared. Christopherson. Oh! Christopherson gets it through! Wow. And this, Christopherson with a beautiful play. Nielsen charging hard. Somehow, and you're going to watch on the replay, it's all started by the run of Sprouse, that deep run. She gets there, hits it up to Christopherson, and Christopherson wins the one-on-one battle with the keeper. That replay brought to you by L&L Motor. People who know, people who care, want to remind you to become a fan and like L&L on Facebook, and you can be entered into any of their wonderful and numerous drawings. And one of the fun things they do in the football season is they raffle a car. A car. They sell raffle tickets all year, and they raffle a car to one of the students at Union High School. L&L Motor, always involved in the community, helping VTV bring you this. There's a shot on goal. Well played by Nielsen, and she did what she had to do. Was that Putnam that hit that touch, or was it number 8, Brittany Hansen?
No, that was Riley Putnam coming in as a stopper with a 30, 35-yard shot right there. And on target, one touch.
Wow, just a gorgeous touch. And Nielsen doing what she had to do, just knocks the ball out. Here comes the cross. Gets over. Oh, and Christopherson missed it maybe by a half a foot. That's where I wished we grew taller girls in Vernal.
They're playing volleyball.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay. Now the volleyball season's going, and already in region play with volleyball.
Brittany Hansen working hard, getting those goal kicks.
McCook just sends it out of bounds, lets the charges reset. Kellogg comes to get the ball. Well, this game also brought to us by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, and retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group. Cleared, but not hard enough. Hit to the outside. Brittany Hansen. And she held up her hand afterwards, like kind of trying to lean that ball in, the old Atari style. Remember playing with the Atari? You got the joystick, you lean your whole body into that. She was trying to lean that, curve it in. Doesn't work. And there's a ball that gets through, played by Burgee. Burgee loses it. Back and forth, the defense attacking for the Utes now. And you see the rotation back, and Christopherson hits it outside. Controlled, played out. Sprouse comes up, makes the run. Has one to beat. Oh, nice shot. Tries to go to the inside corner. Hits it over.
Pretty good control by Uintah there. I mean, Brittany was able to play the ball in the middle, pop it over to Jamie, and then Jamie take it down the side with a couple of steps. Don't mind those kind of shots. Maybe a little bit more of a cross at that angle, but definitely a hard rip by Jamie.
If she hits it right, it's a very difficult ball to stop. That upper V on the inside. Turned over. Putnam up. Outside. Attacked well. Rhea coming up. Doing work.
Looks like Putnam's pushed up some. She says, you know what, I'm going to be a part of this offensive game now.
And you see the defensive line for the Cougars pushing up.
Uintah playing really far back. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but Uintah not even close. Brittany Haslam and Britton Haslam and Cammie Fleetwood playing really far back.
Boy, another rip. Shoot early, shoot often. You know, the Utes, I don't think they've ever seen a shot they don't like. Just shoot. Shots on goal. Let's get them up. Ball up, Sprouse, control. Outside Kellogg. Goes back in. Turned over. Let's see if the Cougars can do something. Oh, misplayed. Goodrich was right there. And Rhea comes all the way out from that right side and challenges the ball, but the Utes coming back quickly. Still have control. Putnam doing what she does at the top of the box, sends a nice ball inside. Cleared, and you saw who cleared it, Jared. Southam.
Addie Southam, just absolutely the captain and leader on this Union team.
And you can see how difficult it is. All the girls have their hands over their eyes. So we have the autumn sunset coming in from that southwest, and it's making it difficult with the ball. Nielsen. Whew, whew. That's the heart attack kind of goal right there.
Well, she called for the ball. I saw Addie Southam. She was ready to jump to go get it, and Navy called her off, and so she didn't jump, and I think it had a little bigger bounce than what Navy expected.
A little bit of a hop and a spin coming off the turf. Coming to attack. Rhea, she has been doing some damage on the right side of the defense. They're going to call a foul, and fortunate for the Cougars, it's 6 inches outside of the penalty area. And Rhea came up hard charge, and I think she got the call because her arm was extended. And even though she was the player that went down, call went against them. Nice ball, nicely played. Oh, back pass! Christopherson on the rebound! Oh my goodness! And I think it was number 8, Brittany Hanslem.
Absolutely amazing
back pass. Christopherson shoots. Christopherson again on the rebound, right through the legs of Brighton. And you hear the announcer for the Utes calling the goal! You know, we got to do some more of that. Jared, I think that's your responsibility. My vocal cords can't sustain that for very long.
You've got the excitement though, because you call it right to the very end, and so you've got the
you don't want
excitement going.
You don't want to steal my thunder?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got the excitement going. I'm going to let you finish.
Turnover. Deaver plays it up.
I want you to watch Brianna Rich right here. She's they just had a big substitution for Uintah. Number 14, Brianna Rich. She's actually grown a lot the last year or two, but this girl has some touch on the ball. She can move it, and will do very well right here.
Sprouse just has all the answers here. McCook and Southam converge. Back again, the Utes coming. Ball touched outside. Puts up to the corner. Well played ball, good pace on it. Oh, it just does roll out of bounds. And do they call it? Yes.
So a few new faces there in for Uintah. Looks like Brianna Rich. It looks like Whitney McNamara on the left-hand side, midfield position. Kylie Larson back in as a left forward. Whitney Smith, senior.
A couple of sophomores. Smith already found the back of the net, getting some run here in this game. You know, as a student athlete, I just wanted to play ball. You know, and that's what these girls want to do. They just want to play. And to get some run in important minutes in a game like this. Another batch of substitutions. You see freshman Van Leuven came in for the Utes. And getting the charges back in. We've seen Craney, the freshman for the Cougars. And she's playing up in the striker position. And she has just an endless reserve of energy is what appears to me. Runs and runs and runs and chases those balls down. Cougars coming. Oh, misplayed ball. Burgee hits it just a little too deep on her dribble. Turned over. Utes coming back. Cleared by Southam. Nobody seems to be able to control the ball here. Ball played back. Nobody up for the Cougars to receive that long ball. Look at the defense for the Utes. You're going to get some bad tendencies. You have 3 defenders behind the 50-yard line, and the Cougars, every time they push the ball over, it's just easy turnover and then a switch field. What we saw right there. Haslam bringing it up. Nope, excuse me, that's not Haslam. That's Fleetwood, the sophomore. Going to blow that dead. Looks like we got a substitution. They're rolling him in. In comes in, is that Clara Huber? She was a starter.
Number 30?
Yeah. Today's game brought to us by Strata Networks. Strata is the leading telecommunications provider in the Uintah Basin, providing advanced wireless, broadband, and video services. Strata Networks.
Jamie Sprouse there with the left foot shot. I think she's wanting to get a goal today, Mark, and she is, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure she'll watch the film, but she is more of a dribbler. She needs to just keep taking that ball in and juke and jive and get it a little bit closer, because I know she can do it.
Sprouse on the outside edge. Back. Controlled again by the Utes. Sprouse again, doing what she does, waiting for a runner. Doesn't see one, takes a shot. Into the corner. Dribbled across. Well played by Nielsen. Whitney Smith, the senior, charging in. She wants more than one. She's getting greedy now. Cleared up to the right side edge. Played by Busk. Ball up in the air, challenged, won by the Cougars. Southam. Turnover, Utes. I want to thank Ashley Regional for bringing us today's game. You can visit ashleyregional.com where you can find healthy recipes, information on medications, look up diseases, and find out symptoms and treatments, and even watch surgical procedures, videos of surgical procedures online. Again, nobody up for the Cougars, packing the defense back. We saw a shift last game where they decided to play more up, but turned into a lot, the counterattacks from the Utes turned into quite a few easy goals, but, now's the time you got to bring them up. Controlled this time. Craney wasn't able to handle it, goes outside. Catherine Ross chases it down.
Lots of substitutions. It seems like every dead ball the last 10 minutes has been substitution, so not sure if they're getting their even more underclassmen involved in the game or what. 24-10 for Union looks like.
That's Taylor Miori, and 21 was Craney. 24, excuse me. That's Gina Spite, and she's a freshman as well. So you're right, getting some of those guys some minutes. Ball cleared out. Sprouse challenged by Spite. Spite wins. Sprouse on the ground. Played up just behind Craney. Can't control. Turnover, Utes. Brianna Rich is the one that challenged and won. Good run. Out to number 12 for the Utes. Shot on goal. Slow trickler.
Shelly Van Leuven, freshman for Uintah there, and just a little inexperience, but definitely a good charge and run on the ball by her.
Indeed. Controlled. Brooklyn Lamb plays it back to number 2. Waiting for something to open up, decides to play back and look if they can open up the defense a little bit. They do. Oh, Putnam alone, waiting, does the move. She has to beat one with the left foot across. Oh, and just missed. Shelly Van Leuven came across, and she wishes her cleats were half an inch longer. You'll see on the L&L Motor replay, Putnam makes one miss, and Van Leuven just stuttering, trying to get that right foot into the right position and can't get her foot out in time, and the ball goes across. Kick deep. Challenged. And won by Clara Huber, but then the Cougars get it back. Another turnover. Utes get it. Putnam doing some damage here. She's playing the stopper position. It looks more like a midfield the way she's playing all the way up. Outside edge for the Utes. McNamara. There's a shot. Oh, and she gets the goal!
Kylie Larson.
Kylie Larson for the Utes. Wow. And that's a good touch on the ball. She had the control touch. So you'll see right here, Control touch to her outside foot, and she rips the shot, and it's low and hard and just catches the inside of the left post. And the Utes are in control, 5-0 over the Cougars. Well, today's game brought to us by Moon Lake Electric, providing power to the area since 1938. Find and like Moon Lake Electric on Facebook, and thank them for helping us bring these games to you here live on VTV Channel 6. Sprouse attacking the outside edge, comes up strong, gets the cross cleared. Number 5, Catherine Ross, challenged by Rhea. All the way back to the defensive line for the Utes. Reset. Cross deep, easily handled by Nielsen.
You know, I'm watching Addie Southam for Union right here. She's doing the right things. She's got her defenders marked up hard.
Oh, nice play by Craney. Didn't go fast enough, challenged again. And the ball's trickled. The Cougars win. We have a counterattack chance. Rasmussen just can't get the ball pushed forward. The Utes are in trouble right now. No, but they clear. Outside, Sprouse going to bring it up. Puts up a ball. Met by Van Leuven. Challenged. Southam wins. Yeah.
Freshman there against a senior. Addie definitely did her job.
Rips another shot.
Putnam
wants her name on the box score at the end of the day. Ball up, Putnam controls again. Cougars win. Rhea gets it outside. Oh, unable to hand it. Spite was in the right spot. Just couldn't get a foot on it.
Mass substitution looks like for Uintah here. 7 or 8 players coming back in for the underclassmen that got a good few minutes there.
They did indeed. 20 minutes left in the game. Utes lead. The Cougars 5-0. This is fun. Homecoming week. Got the homecoming game, VTV Channel 6. That'll be live tomorrow night. We'll be back at 7 o'clock p.m. So tune your dials in to strata.tv, where the Utes are going to host the Park City Miners. You got any ponies in the game there? You got any?
I don't.
No?
I don't.
Your boy's, he's doing cross country.
Yep. 2 cross country runners, and so football hasn't
come across their register yet.
Yep. I think I have a 11-year-old that might be interested one of these days.
Well, you know, they also play hockey, and you know what hockey players say about football guys. They don't hit hard enough.
Yeah.
Played back, pressure from the Cougars. Ball up in the air. No challenge from the Cougars, controlled by the Utes. Putnam in the midfield, looks forward. Oh, I thought that ball was going to get through, but I forgot to count for Southam. In the right spot all the time. Southam controls. Here's a ball that gets through. Christofferson, one time, hits it at the keeper.
Navy doing a really good job. You notice she was low. She was ready for any direction that it was coming.
Yeah, on the L&L Motor replay, what a touch. And then it's one-on-one, and Christofferson set maybe a hair early, and so what happens is that ball's running across her body. When she meets it, it tended to drift right, and Nielsen played it right. She got out to that near post and was in the position to block it and knocks it out of bounds. Corner opportunity for the Utes. They're going to let Kylie Larson kick the ball. And I missed it.
Well, Casey's got her hands in the air for the goal there.
Let's see what I missed. Kylie Larson hits a gorgeous ball, and that ball, and you know it's an own goal.
It's an own goal, but Casey's got her hands in the air. I don't know if she wanted that.
I think it was Emma Rasmussen came in and just with her knees hits that ball back in. It might have been Emma Rasmussen or Katie Ross.
Unlucky for Union.
Yeah, that's just
unlucky.
one of those when it rains it pours kind of moments. because they actually defended the ball well. Ball challenge, turn. Taylor Miori brings it up. Rhea into the center field. McCook coming for the center. Oh, she just gets destroyed, and then there's the call. You know, wow. If you're going to do it, Courtney, you might as well do it all the way. So
Courtney, just a physical player. In most games, you know, they wouldn't. You play a Park City or a Juan Diego or something like that, and and they don't fall down as easily. And so I think she was a little bit taken off.
Southam gets it passed up, and some of the rare action she's had today. Keeper for the for the Utes. Patience coming up. Waiting for the outside to play it back. Kellogg. And we see that triangle. Is she going to get to it? She does control it. She's got no one checking. Coming back for the Cougars. Miori. The cross comes. Misplayed. Oh! Wow. Yeah, I hear you laughing because you're laughing at what Brittany Hansen did in the box. You're going to see on the L&L Motor replay what Jared was laughing about. What did you see there, Jared?
Well, I'm going to move you out of my way, and then then I'll shoot the ball.
Yeah. Here, I need some space. Let me use my shoulder. There's 2 yards, and then rip a shot. Miss to the left edge of the goalpost. Wow. And it's been a battle like that. The Cougars have had to deal with a stronger, more physical Ute team. And some of them they've won and some they've lost. That one they lost, but they lost the battle but won the war, so to speak. A little confusion between the two backs. Controlled. Christofferson, little chop step into the middle. Dangerous. Challenged. Benyon can't get it to go.
Boy, freshman Caitlin Southam doing a great job with Lindsay.
What a cross. And then the shot. Brittany Hansen wanting some.
But Caitlin Southam doing a good job on Lindsey Benyon there. I mean, it was war inside that 6 right there. And Caitlin said, Lindsay, you're not getting it by me.
A lot of talk coming from the Cougars bench of what to do. I liked McCook playing up on that forward. She was attacking where a lot of those balls were. But they've got her back into her left back position. That's where she's played. Christofferson turns on the Jets, and it's her against Katie Ross. Ross wins this battle. Nice ball pushed up. Oh, but you know it's the Utes first to the ball every time in the midfield.
Katie Ross doing a really good job. She didn't lunge. She stayed in front of Casey and was able to stay in front and keep her from getting that good shot.
Today's game brought to us by Pilot Logistics. An all-new DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics card lock in Naples. Stop in and fill up with the convenience of a pump. Nobody challenge. She's going to hit a long ball. Gets into the middle. One time by Putnam and Houston. We have liftoff.
She gave herself 3 points there, though. That was a field goal.
That's correct. She had the technical call. We have the signal from the referee to make the substitutions in for the Utes Rhea, or for the Cougars, excuse me, it was Rhea, and I believe it was Sprouse coming in on the. Well, Octane Day was kind of fun. McCackney Insurance, you might know a little bit about that company, sponsored a, what was that? The
Battle of the Balls.
Battle of the Balls. A bunch of players got to shoot a 25-yard goal. Gave away some stuff. We saw the drill team, the national champion drill team, come out and perform, and they're always fun to watch. And got a lot of people over on the Uintah side of the field watching the game.
If we could get Union to move up right now, when anytime you go back to your goalie, if you can gain that 10, 20 yards.
Yeah, get to midfield. Just get to midfield right here.
Up, that is key.
Well, you notice that Southam's out right now, and so in her place playing in the sweeper position is Ross, and you don't see her talking and as vocal as Southam is when that. Oh, nice. You know, you like it when Fleetwood, playing from that right defensive play, can control and beat with the dribble like that. Kellogg goes to the baseline, chips, no call. I think that was a good no call. You saw there it was Ross with the shoulder check, but perfectly legal.
Addie Southam has actually moved up and playing in the center mid position here, which isn't a bad idea for Union. I mean, you're down. You've got to put some points on the board. You're struggling a little bit in the midfield. Get your senior captain in there and workhorse and see what she can do to help.
Well, for Merrill, how much would a goal be here? I mean, that'd be huge. Battle here. McCook falls down, leaves the Utes wide open. Into Christopherson. She misplays the first one, puts it back out to the 18. Utes reset. Sprouse has it. Oh, with the left foot. Oh, and the follow. But Nielsen in the right place all the time. And you saw Whitney Smith coming up. And Sprouse unloaded a shot with her right foot. And off the rebound, you thought that Smith was going to put it back in, but Nielsen regathered and got back up quickly to block and reset. Good attack outside Goodrich, trying to win the ball. And there you see Southam doing what we needed so much from the Cougars in the midfield. Ball gets over. Ross clears with her head and then charges. Ooh, that's dangerous. And here comes, I thought maybe a yellow card, but no. Boy, you hate to see somebody go down. Christopherson head first and couldn't have missed. And there is a penalty there, no yellow.
Those benches that they have there, I don't know if that's for football or what, but even in a football game, I think they're too close, aren't they?
Yeah, well, on a football game, but on a football game, they've got 5 yards more.
Oh.
Yeah. But the yellow line for the soccer field, the football, the real football, and here comes some talk. And the referee talking to Christopherson, who's the one that received that foul. A good conversation there, and they reset. Putnam, she's got a big leg. She'd look for that deep post, and you see who's back there. It's number 17 for the Utes. Lindsey Benyon doesn't go to her. Ball's laying around on the field. Back to Putnam. She's going to reset, and she does. She scored on one of those in the last game against Morgan. And it is a designed shot. She puts basically a little chip shot with a little backspin on it. And if you time them right, this time she wasn't able to, but we saw her in the Morgan game, and that was the 4-4 score, if you'll remember, the one that tied it up. And then Morgan, with a minute left, gets that equalizer. Here comes a charge. Nielsen.
Whitney Smith just all out. Absolutely every bit of energy, every amount of speed and desire she can put in every run she makes.
Well, she's so tall and lanky. She's probably the tallest player on the field and just skinny. Skinny as a beanpole, but like you say, charging the whole time. Well, while we wait for that ball to come in, I want to thank L&L Motor. They've brought us the replay. They've brought the coverage, made it possible. Replay coverage brought to you by L&L Motor. People you know, people who care. Always with us here with VTV and our coverage of Uintah Basin High School sports. Ball bouncing around like a pinball. Seen more control in the midfield from the Cougars here with the switch up. McCook wins, hits a little bit deep, gets leveled by Putnam. Putnam did nothing wrong but stand there. Here comes the Utes. Smith thought she was going to unload, puts it back. Oh. I didn't see who shot that. Was that
number 19 for Uintah? I think
Christopherson? Is that?
Yeah, Caitlin Christopherson.
Caitlin and KC. I might have said Caitlin a few times when number 10, who's KC Christopherson, I may or may not have. I can't remember what I had for lunch today. How am I going to remember who I've called what? But here come the Utes again. Southam coming up from the midfield position, doing what she does best and bringing pressure on the defensive side. Putnam out. Ball misplayed. Goal kick.
You can see this big hole right here on between the 30 and 50-yard line. They're starting to converse on it now, but there's that hole. Union has got to do something with that hole. Get a couple players there to relieve the pressure. Something.
Here it is.
Here we go.
There's some control. 15. Burgee up. Hits it to Goodrich. Goodrich Southam with the charge. Rasmussen in a battle with number 19. I can't find her.
Caitlin Christopherson.
Caitlin Christopherson, the freshman, getting some run.
Got the legs tangled up, I think, and
waiting for the throw in. Today's game brought to us by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group. Here's some pressure from the Cougars. Burgee can't control it. Ball switched quickly, controlled by Putnam in the midfield. Got Christopherson. Christopherson puts a deep ball. Nielsen comes up to meet it. A little bit more shape to that ball.
You know, Navy's got a good leg there. Push up and keep that ball down there.
Well, and you see the defense stalled at about the 35-yard line on the football field. They needed to push up and make it. I know they're worried about the speed, and Christopherson's on the outside edge. Here's a ball to Christopherson. She has, and the keeper stays on her line, and well played by Nielsen. You know, some people would have said she needed to come out, but she stayed on her line, and the reason she did is that ball went very wide outside. And she made it a difficult shot, and Christopherson obliged by just chipping it right to Nielsen. Very well played by the keeper. Ball out of bounds, Cougar ball. Good challenge by Rasmussen from the Cougars. Substitution while we have the pause. Today's game brought to us by Ashley Regional. Ashley Regional now has neurology services in Vernal. Dr. Thomas Buchanan, board-certified neurologist, will be seeing patients in Vernal and Roosevelt. And here we have an attack from the Utes on the outside edge. 2 to beat, and you have to beat 1, but you can't beat 3. And the Cougars converge and shut that down. Another shot hits to the outside edge.
Brittany Hansen going all out there. I don't know if she just quickly subbed in or what, but she came from that outside position and tried to dribble about 3 or 4 people. I think she shot and hit one of her own players and said, "I'm still going to keep going."
And that was a decent shot. But, you know, I was always taught you have to beat 1, but if you find yourself trying to beat 3, it was time to pass. Can't blame her. Trying to get something going here. Never one shy to press up from the outside edge. Webb passes back to Putnam. Waiting for something to open up. Nothing there. Challenge. Busk taken. Webb all the way up. Deep. Crosses. Beautiful cross. Oh, nice touch. And I'll tell you what, Whitney Smith had a chance there. Courtney Webb.
Great work from Courtney Webb. She says, if no one's going to stop me, I'm just going to keep going. Right. And then dribbles the line, passes it out just a touch to Whitney, and almost an assist by Courtney Webb.
Yeah, Courtney Webb coming up, pushes the ball, and it's going to trickle out of bounds. But Smith, and then that's about all she could do. She had to reach through 2 Cougar defenders and try to push with that right foot. Couldn't get enough steam on it. Ah, beautiful day. You know, last time we were here with Morgan, you know, the temperature was about 85, but there was no wind. And everybody within the near vicinity baked, including us, but you couldn't ask for better weather today.
Guess it's supposed to turn cold here this weekend.
Yeah,
though,
cold snap coming next week. Christopherson Here comes the run by Sprouse. No, excuse me, not Sprouse.
Kylie Larson.
Kylie Larson all by herself. No, good challenge. Rasmussen comes in.
It is so difficult. Oh, here's the replay.
Yeah, watch this. And watch what Rasmussen does. She trails by about 7 yards and then turns on the jets and puts a foot in front of that ball. She doesn't touch it, but it's her challenge that pushes the ball out of bounds for the goal kick.
It is so hard as a forward or on that big long run offensively to know when to take that shot. You touch it one too many times, and that's what happens, is what we just saw. And sometimes you go too early, and you're clear outside the 18 and not a very good shot. But
Sprouse, yeah, you're right. Sprouse back to Christofferson. Anytime you see these girls get up, if you look down like I did, I missed a goal. So we don't want to do that again, do we?
Look at this Union line. They are straight. They are moving up, almost as if they're trying to get an offside call here.
Playing the own Utes game against him. Putnam controls, puts it in. Christofferson, the 1-2 punch. Christofferson crosses. Oh! What a touch! And was that Brittany Hansen that put that in?
Brittany Hansen.
Oh my goodness, you'll see on the L&L Motor replay, Putnam starts it, gets it up to Christofferson. They do good work together. And then Brittany Hansen, that ball just gets through, and she does what she has to with the one time into the left edge of the goal. And it's now 7-0. The Utes have matched last game's total. Well, you bring Southam off that back line, and you get more control in the midfield. But those are the kind of balls that Southam is so good at controlling. And who knows, that ball was a tough one anyway. You had two Cougar defenders marking man-to-man or woman-to-woman, and that ball just got through, and then the trailer was the one that knocked it in. Here comes a chance. Goodrich hits outside. Rasmussen comes up. Turned over. Utes on the counterattack. Christofferson points, says that's where I want it. Ball goes to the other side. Cleared. Ross. Southam tries to win. Doesn't. Sprouse does. Burgee comes up, fights for the ball. Christofferson chases the ball down in the corner. It's a throw-in. Going to go to the Utes. Inside. Challenge. Battle going. And now we have a corner kick. 1 minute left here in the period.
Probably going to see Uintah, everyone go down here and get one last opportunity before time's up to put another goal in.
Bringing them up. Courtney Webb coming. This may be the last touch on the ball. I don't remember any injuries. Ball's high. Headed. Oh, cleared. And I believe it was Caitlin Southam, the freshman, that cleared it for the Cougars. Another corner. Boy, anytime you see Brittany Hansen coming in, loading up her shoulders, ready to hit that ball with her head. Ball up again, in the air. Putnam goes down, no call, high, Brittany Hansen. She's just unloading over there.
Thought the ref was going to call the game right there. He had his whistle in his mouth like it was time's up. And he'll probably call it here after the ball's kicked.
Ball's played. Ball up in the air, controlled Christofferson, and that is the call. So that ends the game, and really about what we saw last time. You're going to win 7-0, and just some exciting attack-oriented play. The defense didn't get challenged much for the Utes. Cougars had some opportunities, weren't able to capitalize. Let's go to the highlights of the game, Jared, and I don't know if you can see the screen here or not. Brought to you here in high definition by VTV Channel 6. Here's the first goal of the game, coming from the outside edge, coming hard and hit just the way I would consider the perfect ball. And then this one was one of my favorites, again, high off the post and back in. Christofferson wins the one-on-one match with the keeper and just gets the ball inside. The back pass by Hansen, Christofferson again hits that left edge. And here's the chance that Hansen, you're going to hear her number called several times. And here's that own goal. And boy, it went off 3 of the Cougars on that, didn't it? Hansen finishes off the scoring with the goal right from the goal box. And the Cougars come to Uintah and suffer about what they've had in the previous meeting and all year, a defeat to the hands of the Utes. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule. One more game on the 30th. That's next week. Morgan at Union. We saw Morgan Morgan at Union. 3:30 p.m. Check out the broadcast and rebroadcast schedule at vtvchannel6.com. Reminder to everyone that's watching, DVD and Blu-ray copies available. Go to vtvchannel6.com or call the friendly folks at VTV at 781-1902 for your copy. Also, before we go, I want to thank the high school administration and the coaching staff, both coaching staffs, for their coordination, helping Jared and I bring this game to you and making this coverage possible. Jared, any thoughts before we go away?
You know, I think it was harder for Uintah. It didn't seem like Union had given up so much in this game as it was in the last game. The score was the same, but I think it was harder for Uintah to try and get those goals. Union seemed to mark up just a little bit better. They've got a lot of work there to do, but they did a lot better than that game that was over in Union.
Yeah, and a lot of creativity on the front line for the Utes. We saw back passes. We saw beautiful chop cuts. And the creativity creates the goals. And the Utes happy to win on their homecoming week. Well, that's it for VTV's coverage of this Uintah Basin High School sports action. Here the girls, Uintah Utes, beat the Lady Cougars from Union. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, well, you know, glad that you did that because we have to go with the player of the game. And the player of the game is sponsored by the Maze at Water Hollow Ranch, formerly known as the Bluebell Corn Maze. And Jared, I've done a lot of talking today. I'm going to let you pick.
I picked last week.
You picked last week, did you?
Well, I said a lot about Randy Kellogg, but, you know, I think Casey did a really good job. I think Brittany Hansen did a really good job today. So I would have to say between those two would be my choice.
Okay, and you've narrowed it down to 2. I'll let you finish then. Go ahead.
Brittany Hansen.
Brittany Hansen wins the player of the game. And for me, on the Union side of the ball, I'm going to go with Southam. She did a lot for the defense. Addie Southam, number 4, the captain, the senior. We'll give her player of the game for the Union Cougars. Again, I thank you for tuning into today's game. With me, Jared McKechnie. I'm Mark Mason. Good night, everybody.
Live coverage is presented by L&L Motor, Ashley Regional, The Advisor Group, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics, and Strata Networks.